Good morning. Just a little note here in my grow journal. Um, had to learn the hard way and lost my indoor garden due to the fact that I brought some plants from outside back inside and some bugs came with them. I was able to find something that I could use to kill them, but it ended up mixing the solution a little bit too heavy and fried my plants, and thus basically took out the garden more or less, and then noticed that the remaining plants that were looking like they're going to bounce back still did have bugs on them. So I'm going to try to do things a little different here and use a little bit more um, pest control, if you will. um, Here's the product that I was actually able to get and use here. I don't know if any of you are familiar with it, but I think I hit it a little too hard and a little too hot on the dosage, and then didn't have any luck with it. So basically it says it's safe for pretty much most of your um, stages of life for the plant, but obviously you need to pay attention and dilute it correctly, because thus the result is me having to start my garden over again. But anyhow, here's what we got from the outdoor garden. Got a bunch of jars of Nugs curing. All of those are just kind of basic trimmed. I don't really mind if I have to pick off a few water leaves or sugar leaves here and there and burn them as I go. So, but anyhow, that's not too bad for my first outdoor season with the clones from the first batch of plants that you guys watched me grow. This is the new garden here. Here's a little close-up of some of the nugs that I got so you can kind of see them a little better. A couple of the sugar leaf stems there that I just picked off. But anyhow, get you guys an idea of kind of what we produced here with those genetics that we got from Brother Mendel, which I'm going to highly suggest and recommend their breedings and their seeds, as they are, you know, most of these strains you guys smoke these days are like an F2 cross mostly. Some of them get into the F3s, but this guy's been working with these genetics for almost a decade or better, I believe, since the 90s. That's actually longer, but that's kind of what he's producing. So as you can see here, this stuff's pretty fucking good, and that's just a basic cure the way I done it. But anyhow, not too scientific on my approach here, just basically trying to grow some good cannabis to smoke, which I did, and now I'm gonna try to progress and make things a little bit better. Here's my second attempt. I've got one little G6 seedling popping up. Got one here. If you look real close back there, you'll see the seed getting ready to bust out of the shell here with one of my mag babies. And again, there's another one there right in the center of the screen. You can kind of see it's about to pop off its shell also. And then I've got a mandarin cookies that I just basically germinated for close to 40 hours, and the tail's starting to pop out already, so I put it in this pot here. I've got a Tezzerect in the solution now, germinating, and then I'm going to also do a cake mince seed. So those are going to be the new strains that I'm going to be having this go around, and we'll keep an eye on them. Again, super happy with the Tezzerect and the way that it turned out. If you guys are looking for some really, really well-studied genetics, I highly suggest him. Like I said, his stuff's F7 or better. He's been working with that stuff I believe since the 90s, some of the research I did on his genetics when I got my seeds from him led me back to about the 90s, but they've been more or less his strains and stabilized since I believe the last 10 or 15 years, if I'm not mistaken there. So you might have to check with him. But again, it's really good stuff and produces very well. So I highly suggest you check him out. I'm going to be going back and getting more seeds from him pretty quick here. But as you can see, I just wanted to get something going again in the garden here. So I've got the Magmile babies back there, some G6 babies here, Mandarin cookies, cake mints, and a Tezzerec that I'm going to be working with this season. So hopefully you guys continue to watch, seeing what this little cheap light will do for us. And as you can see, it's working pretty well. Going to try to do my best to get some females out of all these babies here, and then get some clones again for the outdoor garden, because I'm really impressed with how that turned out. So anyhow, thanks for following, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe if you'd like, and please share. Trying to just basically get a good basic grow journal here going for people that are interested in growing their own medicine. So anyway, thanks. Got a lot of good insight and guidance from people, which I'll happily mention in most of my videos, and as well as where I shop and what I do. So anyhow, thanks for following Underdogs Cannabis. This is going to be the hindsight of 2020 here, so hopefully things will get a little bit clearer for everybody. See ya.